Hey everyone, welcome to State Listings Inc. Welcome to 2021. Happy New Year. Hope everyone is starting the year off just the way that they hope to. So we're all hoping for a amazing 2021, especially after coming off of 2020 and the year that was the coronavirus. Of course, we're all still dealing with it, but we're talking about today is part one of our month-long series of New Year, New Growth, where each week throughout the month of January, we're going to be focusing on different aspects of growing your business and being able to take advantage of all the different tools that are available to you across different platforms and what you can start doing today to start growing your company, growing the territory in which you cover. So like many of us, we all come up with New Year's resolutions, and we want to know, have you resolved to grow your business in 2021? How do you plan on accomplishing your goals? Let us know what you're resolving to do and how you plan to accomplish your goals of growing your business this year. Right now, we're 2 weeks into 2021, and a lot of agents across the country, they're going to be doing what they always do at the beginning of every year. They're going to start prospecting. They're going to start calling old customers and clients. They're going to be doing their mass mailers. They're going to do email campaigns. They may do ads in the paper. They may do ads on TV and radio, all to drive traffic to their sites, all to find new clients, all to find new customers, and hopefully drive up their revenue. So this year is even bigger than the year before. So what we're going to be talking about throughout the entire month is how you can go ahead and grow your business throughout the year. Looks like Greg is already saying he's going to be focusing on farming his neighborhood with both Facebook and Instagram ads. Social media is certainly playing a big part in real estate, more than ever before, especially last year coming off of the coronavirus. A lot of people working from home, working remotely. Internet marketing has become incredibly huge. And that's things that we've talked about a lot, especially over the course of last year. And we're also going to be touching on that as we go through this month, as well as we talk about growing your business in the new year. So like I said, each week we're going to be focusing on different topics. And today we're going to be talking about growing your team. So let's just talk about that. One of the fastest ways to grow your business is to work with other top agents and brokers who share your drive and your goals. Of course, you're going to want to have a team of people that have the same focus, that same drive, that urge to be the biggest and the best. So whether you own your own brokerage or you're looking to create a team or expand your team within your office, it's important and super crucial to find top talent and nurture that top talent so that way it's going to propel your business forward. So what we're going to be doing is, as we talk about growing your team, we're going to focus on a whole bunch of different aspects, whether it's finding those brand new agents, how to eliminate barriers for those new agents that you're hiring to join you and be part of your team. We're going to talk about providing better tools, creating a fun culture for your team and your brokerage, as well as investing in your team image, prospecting for new agents, and creating an incentive to recruit more members for your real estate team. Before we all get into that, let's just talk about it's not easy being green. When we talk about being green, we're not talking about being a frog. We're not going to be singing Rainbow Connection here. We're talking about is green as being fresh and new to the business. And we know that real estate can have a super high turnover when it comes to new agents. In fact, upwards of 75% of new agents will fail, give up, or just leave the business entirely within their first 5 years of even getting licensed and being in the business. So it's important for you as a broker, as a team leader, to not only bring on those new agents to your team, but you want to support them through their entire journey and make sure that not only are they successful real estate professionals, but they're going to be successful to your team and help lead you and bring you to that stature that you want, to that success that you're looking for as a team leader. So the first thing that we were going to discuss is finding those brand new agents. We've talked about this numerous times in past webinars last year, that real estate actually saw a pretty big boost in new agents. Many people lost their jobs due to COVID-19. People, either they lost their job entirely, or they had to unfortunately leave their job because their children had to start doing learning from home. So they needed to find an adult and a parent that stay at home with them. So someone said, you know, I'll leave my job, I'll stay at home with the kids. But again, at that same time, the real estate market was still heating up. Unlike a lot of industries, real estate transactions were still happening. Houses were being sold for more than asking price. A lot of people were still looking to buy homes, sell homes, and that really increased the number of people going out and getting licensed. And now that those people have taken their test, they're now licensed. They're just starting to get into their market. And these new agents are going to need your help as their team leader to cover everything that's necessary, teach them the ropes, and show them how you can increase your sales volume. And while they'll get the chance to learn from your experience, they'll be able to start to grow their own network, find their own connections, find their own listing leads, find their own sellers leads. And that's what's going to help make your business, your team prosper. You know, we see a lot of times brand new agents, they're the ones that are having to do the open house and do the caravans. They're doing I don't want to say the grunt work, but it's a perfect way for those newer agents to get their feet wet and to see exactly how the business works. So it's important that when you bring on these new agents that you teach them things, you share with them the secrets that you've learned. Because again, you probably had a mentor when you first started as well. You didn't have to learn everything yourself. You found someone at the office, a senior agent at your company, and they taught you what they knew. So now that you have what you learned from them, you now know the things that you've learned on your own over the course of you being a real estate professional. And then it's time for you to go ahead and pass along some of that knowledge as well. Because again, keeping everything to yourself, especially when working in a team environment, isn't going to be beneficial, because you're going to have people that may not know some of the successful tips that you have and that you've used while they're just working on their own. One of the big issues that newer agents come across when they first get licensed are those barriers to enter into real estate. A lot of people got into real estate. Again, they lost their job or they had to start working from home. They knew that real estate is something that they've always been interested in, or they knew that, hey, real estate is a job that you can kind of have a slightly more flexible schedule. You can work on it pretty much anywhere. So even while the kids are still doing their learning at the kitchen dining room table on their laptops, I can still look for properties. I can still call listing agents to set up showing appointments. There's still things that I can do in real estate from home. And while they think about that aspect, a lot of those newer agents don't think about all the money that is required to get started in real estate. Of course, you're going to have your realtor board dues, your MLS dues, just the cost to take the test. Then they're not thinking about things like having to buy business cards. Maybe they need to buy signs. There's a whole lot of costs involved into getting started in real estate, and they may not have that nest egg saved up. They may not have that rainy day fund to go ahead and put that money into this new career that they've decided to start. So in some cases, new agents are facing $1,000 or more. Really, in some cases, $1,000 is the base when getting started in real estate. So when it comes to you meeting that brand new agent, consider paying for their startup costs. Maybe not all of them, but maybe you want to pay for their MLS dues or their realtor dues. And then what you can do is, as they start making their sales, you can say, all right, we're going to pay this money back and we'll take it out of your first 3 commissions or whatever you want to do. Kind of consider and plan a payback plan. So that way you can get someone started right away. Of course, you do run the risk, because what if they're not successful in their business and they are one of those agents that want to give up? So, but of course, that's something that you're going to take into consideration, especially when bringing someone onto your team, because they are going to represent you, your brand, and the other team members of your real estate team. Not only are those high dues just to get into the real estate business, you also have to factor in all of the different fines and fees that an MLS may enforce and impose on an agent for even the smallest mistake, whether they forgot to have something initialed on a certain page, or they forgot a photo on their listing, or they didn't get that listing up in time. These costs can really take a hit on someone. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break down some of these numbers and talk about that in just a second. So think about offering different options for your team members. Thanks to the MLS of Choice Rule from the National Association of Realtors, real estate agents and brokers have more options as to what MLS they join to do their business. So again, for example, let's say we get a brand new agent. The local MLS is $1,000 just to join. There are other MLS options out there, such as MyStateMLS, which offer the same year membership at a fraction of the cost. So this is a great way for a newer agent to get started without having to spend all of that additional extra money that they would have if they were just going with their traditional local MLS. So let's break down the numbers real quick. So let's say, for example, the local MLS membership for the year is $1,000. Here at MyStateMLS, New York State MLS, a year membership is only $330 for the year. So if you think about that and you think about that brand new agent just getting started, that same $1,000 that they paid for just 1 year for their local MLS could actually pay for 3 years of MyStateMLS. So that new agent, again, they don't have all that money to start up with. They've now spread their money a lot farther because instead of just getting 1 year for the same amount of money, they're getting 3 years of MyStateMLS. Let's go back to those high fines that brokers and agents sometimes have to deal with. One of the newest rules that came out from the National Association of Realtors last year was the clear cooperation policy. And under this rule, agents and brokers have to get their listings in to the MLS within 1 day of it being made public. And if not, some MLSs have actually enforced a fine to go along with that as a way to raise money for the MLS. Some MLSs are charging thousands of dollars per single violation. I've seen some MLSs do, on top of the fine, an additional amount of money every single day that the listing is not put onto the MLS. So let's break that down again. Let's say an agent is hit with that $2,500 fine. Again, we divide that by the $330 yearly membership. That one single fine, that same exact money, could pay for more than 7 years of membership to MyStateMLS. So again, as we're thinking about those brand new agents who want to be very cost effective, they want to be efficient with their money, they don't want to take unnecessary hits to their wallet because they're just getting started, being able to give them the options as to where their money is going and how it's being utilized and how it's being spent, something like this, and using a more affordable option to them is a great way for them to get past those barriers of entry and allow them to save some money and let their money go the distance, especially as a brand new agent. One of the other things that's great for team leaders and brokers is to attract agents and team members with tools that may not necessarily be available to them just with a base MLS membership. So things like a CRM, which are customer relationship management tools. What a CRM does is it allows you to go ahead, put all of your contacts into a database. You can flag those contacts as buyers, as sellers. It allows you to take notes about those customers, and it keeps you on task and in touch with those customers to make sure that they're getting a better customer service from you because you're reaching out to them regularly, you're keeping in touch with their needs, you're helping them find exactly what it is that they're looking for when it comes to buying or selling a home. You may also want to offer them custom software. So again, going back to what MyStateMLS does, not only do we offer very cost-effective MLS software, we also give brokers the ability to have some of those services white labeled, which makes it super cool for you as a broker, as a team leader, to be able to offer something to your team members, to your agents, and say, here is a branded piece of software that you can only get here. And that's a great way to recruit new team members, recruit new agents, as well as holding on to them for the long run. So team recruiting and retention is super important when you can offer them different tools. And just to kind of give you a quick example, we're doing right now is we're looking at MyStateMLS.com. And this is the homepage. You can see it says MyStateMLS.com. And if we were to go ahead and log in, this is my MyStateMLS dashboard. But here we go. Here's another system for Simon Gray Realty. This is a brokerage up in New York. And as you can see, the system looks a little bit similar to MyStateMLS. And when we log in, here we can see that the system is branded with the company colors, with the company logo. And this is just a special white labeled version of the MyStateMLS platform. So what you can do as a team leader, as a broker, is you can get a white labeled platform into MyStateMLS that allows your team members, your agents, to log into this personalized, customized system that ties in to the MLS, giving them all the tools of the MLS, but branded with your company logo and colors. One of the cool things that I was thinking about how you can get the most out of your team. And one of the things that I was coming up with was being a matchmaker. And we've talked about this a lot in different aspects of marketing. And we should think about that team members should be working together. They're not working against one another. So it's great if you can determine what makes each member unique to your team and play up to their abilities and find out what type of client each of your agents is most successful. We've talked about finding your niche market in different webinars throughout the course of last year. And this is a great thing to think about when you're talking about your team and your team members. If you can determine that, oh, this agent works great with the older generation looking to downsize their homes. This agent is great with the Gen Z who are looking for more techie savvy houses. Once you can determine what kind of niche market all of your agents can cover and have the most success with, now you have a team of professionals that can cater to any type of situation, any type of specific client. So if you can, sit down with your team, find out what kind of clients they work best with, what kind of clients they like to work with. And then what you can do is you can brand your team as being able to have special agents cater to all of these different criteria, all these different clients. And one of the things about team building and having a team is, of course, creating a fun culture. We always see in those funny comedy movies where there's always team building experiences. They're always going whitewater rafting, or they're always doing those rope courses where hilarity always ensues. But part of that is kind of true. We're not talking about just having to do trust falls, but we're maybe talking about a night out and getting drinks. So for many teams and brokerages, they ignore company culture, but it's super important, and it's a great way to recruit and retain your agents. Tech companies do this quite often, and real estate needs to catch up. So we're talking about having outings just for your team members, your employees to go out and relax, let off some steam. And of course, take pictures of these nights out. If you do a monthly karaoke night, go ahead and take some pictures, post some video. And what you can do is you can post those videos, those pictures to your social media. Because again, posting on your social media is not all business all the time. If you can go out and you can showcase that the people that work for your real estate brokerage, the people that work for your real estate team are just regular people, just like the homeowners and the buyers looking to do business, that can really create some kind of personal connection between you and those potential customers and clients. So go ahead and make sure that you have some outings, have some fun, take some pictures, leave the risque ones on your phone, and post those to your social media, because that could certainly increase your engagement and improve productivity. Kind of tying in with posting on social media is investing in your image. And if you've got time and you've got money to invest in your budget this year, consider bringing in a PR team, a PR firm who specializes in real estate and real estate businesses to help promote your team. And what they can do is they'll reach out to newspapers, magazines, and award committees to go ahead and get the name out about your business, about your team. And by doing that, that's going to raise awareness for your brand, for your team, and allow you to create some buzz involving your business. Edwin wanted to know what PR company I recommend. What's cool about PR companies, again, because of everyone working remotely, there is a nationwide roster of PR companies out there. Again, I'm in New York, but we here at the MLS, we've worked with different PR companies. The one we're currently working with is based out of Florida and also Colorado, and they're DeRay & Co. They're really great. They've been helping us a lot. But as I said, it doesn't matter where you are because of PR firms. They work nationwide. You can certainly do some research and find plenty of options out there. A lot of them work to your budget as well. So certainly make sure you do your research and find that PR company that's going to be the best fit for you. Tying in with the PR team, if you have trouble keeping up to date with your social media presence, a PR team can certainly help you create content calendars and post those highlights to your social media feeds, whether it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and you can use that to highlight your team, listings, outings, those events, and of course you're going to be able to announce any other news, and when you recruit new agents that you join your team, you can make those announcements as well. So a PR team can certainly help invest in your image and grow your personal brand so you have more brand awareness for the customers and clients that you're trying to reach. Next is going to be prospecting for new agents. We've kind of talked about that the new agents are out there, but now is the time for you to determine how you're going to find not only the new agents, but maybe the agents that have already been in the business, have already been working in your area. So most businesses, again, because of COVID-19 last year, had to go completely remote or at least partially remote. And agents who list average price homes are frequently good at getting those listings in volume and can contribute to stable growth for your team. So go ahead and find those agents that are those high volume agents and closing a lot of deals in your area. If they're not part of a team, see if they want to be part of what you're building, what you're growing. And once you have that team built, and you've got your team's profile up online, you've got your tools available, you're going to be able to recruit more agents. So being able to offer the things that we've discussed today, whether it's having branded software, you're paying for their first year of their MLS, or you're offering an MLS system that's going to be more cost effective to them, like MyStateMLS. Once you've brought those things to the attention of these agents, you've got more chances to bring them in. And you're not the only one that has to do the recruiting for your team. Your other team members can also recruit other members for your team. So incentivize that. Each time that one of your agents goes to a listing that they represent the buyer, they're going to be making contact with a listing agent who could be coming from a different brokerage. So why not reach out to that listing agent? They may be looking for something new. They may be looking to change things up. Maybe they've always wanted to be part of a team. Maybe they have felt ignored at their current brokerage. They feel like they could be doing more. So see if you can go ahead and have your team members recruit new team members. And if you want, you can financially incentivize those team members to go ahead and recruit more agents, whether it's a sign-on bonus, a cut of that first commission. However you decide to do it, you can incentivize and get your team members to go ahead and grow your business for you. You don't have to be the only one recruiting new team members. That's what your team is there for, is to help you grow that team, because they're going to want to be able to get more business as well. Now, I'm going to use this as just a little tease because we're going to be talking about considering a team merger later this month in part of our webinar series. But as you know, a lot of teams suffered financially because of COVID-19, and a merger could help consolidate expenses while growing your business. So later this month, we're going to discuss how a team merger can further your growth and make it easier to recruit even more agents. With that said, I'm going to wrap things up. I wanted to keep things short and sweet today. If you have any other questions about MyStateMLS or growing your business, feel free to go ahead and email me. You can get right into my inbox at dave@mystatemls.com. You can also give me a call at 888-769-7657. So have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you here next Thursday for part 2 of growing your business in the new year. Have a great day.